Chiefs Kingdom. Stop scrolling right now. Arrowhead just erupted with breaking news. And the biggest question on everyone's mind is whether Patrick Mahomes even touches the field before September. From an emotional off-field situation involving Bieniemy to a massive secondary overhaul, Kansas City is navigating intense drama as the preseason approaches. Head coach Andy Reid delivered the ultimate roster bombshell today, confirming Mahomes is likely sitting out the preseason opener against the Rams on August 15th to protect the franchise. If you bleed red and gold, smash subscribe and bury the Raiders in the comments. The next 72 hours will be louder than a 3rd and long at Arrowhead. A shadow fell over training camp when news broke that offensive coordinator Bieniemy stepped away from physical team activities following a severe personal tragedy. The incident unfolded at his residence in late July, where his wife, Mia, suffered multiple gunshot wounds. The situation took an even more distressing turn with the arrest of their 27-year-old son, Elijah, who now faces pending court proceedings. Yet, even while coaching remotely from home to support his family, Bieniemy's relentless drive remains fully embedded within this offense. General Manager Brett Veach confirmed that Bieniemy streams every single practice session, dissecting film in real time and feeding detailed notes back to the staff. Wide receiver Nico Remigio emphasized that Bieniemy's demanding standard is echoed across every single drill. Remigio noted that even if Bieniemy isn't physically standing on the sideline, the coaching staff reiterates his exact messaging so loudly that his presence is felt on every snap. On a positive note, Andy Reid provided an encouraging update regarding Mia's recovery, confirming she has been moved out of intensive care and continues to show steady daily progress. Reid made it clear there is no timetable for Bieniemy's return, stating the organization's priority is allowing him the space to care for his family. How impressive is it to see a coordinator maintain such high standards during a personal crisis? Drop your support for the Bieniemy family in the comments below. This level of commitment proves why Kansas City operates like a family both on and off the field. When a leader faces adversity of this magnitude, seeing the entire organization rally around him shows the depth of the culture Andy Reid has established over the last decade. Every coach on that staff understands the offensive system inside and out, but Bieniemy brings an unmistakable edge and intensity that elevates the entire unit during practice. The players know that every single detail on film will be scrutinized, meaning accountability remains at an all-time high even through remote video feeds. That dedication sends a powerful message through the locker room as young receivers push for roster spots. Having that extra layer of coaching input ensures no details slip through the cracks while the team prepares for live action. The bond between Bieniemy and Andy Reid spans years of championship runs and grueling campaigns, creating an unquestioned mutual trust that allows this remote setup to function without missing a single beat. Assistant coaches are leaning into their leadership roles with heightened focus, ensuring that every route tree, pass protection scheme, and goal line execution meets the exacting standards expected of a title contender. For young athletes fighting for roster depth, knowing that the offensive coordinator is watching every rep from afar creates an environment of intense focus where no play can be taken off. The mental fortitude required by Bieniemy to balance crucial family support during a traumatic recovery while simultaneously maintaining tactical oversight of an NFL offense is nothing short of inspirational. It reinforces the deep-rooted fraternity inside the Arrowhead facility, where players and coaches actively lift one another up when real-life hardships strike. This seamless remote collaboration allows the offense to maintain its aggressive installation pace ahead of the preseason opener against the Los Angeles Rams on August 15th. As the coaching staff manages these complex dynamics with poise and grace, the team continues its relentless preparation under the hot summer sun in St. Joseph. If you respect the resilience of this coaching staff, hit that like button and let rivals know that Kansas City's culture is unbreakable. While the coaching staff manages off-field adversity, Steve Spagnuolo's defense is preparing a major positional shift that directly impacts the secondary's future. The next story unveils how one defender is getting the ultimate career reset to change the narrative in 2026. Stay locked. A tactical shift is underway for fourth-year defensive back Shamari Connor, who enters a pivotal contract season in 2026, seeking a total career reset. Selected in the 4th round of the 2023 NFL Draft, Connor saw his snap percentage surge from 28% as a rookie up to 61% in 2024, and then an overwhelming 98% last season. However, his heavy usage in slot coverage exposed him to matchup liabilities that opposing quarterbacks relentlessly targeted. The raw statistics tell the full story of his usage dilemma. In 2023, he logged 86 box snaps, 145 slot snaps, and 208 free safety snaps. In 2024, he logged 187 box snaps, 469 slot corner snaps, and 32 free safety snaps, playing slot on 64% of his snaps and allowing an opposing passer rating of 98.4, with an 85.5% completion rate on 59 receptions out of 69 targets for 9.6 yards per catch. The situation worsened in 2025 when he logged 405 box snaps, 391 slot snaps, and 175 free safety snaps, yielding a 114.6 passer rating and 11.5 yards per reception, alongside 343 yards after the catch, despite spending less overall time inside. Spagnuolo's tendency to thrust Connor into man coverage against elite slot receivers forced him out of his natural element as a downhill physical safety who excels against the run. The front office took aggressive action this offseason to fix the secondary depth and wash away the stains of a 6-11 season collapse. Even after trading Trent McDuffie to the Rams, Kansas City brought in free agent corner Kader Kohou from Miami in March, drafted Oregon's Jaden Kennedy in the 4th round in April, and swapped out Brian Cook for Alohi Gilman at safety. With Kohou, Kennedy, and Chris Roland Wallace competing for slot duties, Connor can finally transition back to his ideal deep safety alignment where his physical instincts belong. Do you think moving Connor back to safety full-time will turn him into a Pro Bowler this year? Let us know in the comments. This positional recalibration could not come at a better time for both the player and the franchise. Miscasting a versatile player in roles that don't match his primary instincts can ruin market value, but returning him to his natural comfort zone allows his violent tackling and run support vision to shine. Insiders report that defensive coaches are thrilled with how Connor looks when playing top-down coverage, where he can read the quarterback's eyes without being forced to turn his back in tight man coverage. Having true slot specialists on the field frees Spagnuolo to execute his signature blitz packages without leaving safety help compromised over the middle. That structural adjustment gives the entire secondary a much higher ceiling heading into a hyper-competitive season. Furthermore, entering a contract year provides Connor with maximum personal motivation to rewrite his professional reputation before entering free agency next spring. When players are forced into unnatural roles due to roster attrition, public perception often unfairly labels them as weak links rather than recognizing the sacrifice made for team scheme necessity. Now that proper depth has been restored with proven slot defenders and veteran safety leadership, Connor has the ideal platform to showcase his true talents as an instinctual playmaker who can punish ball carriers in the box or patrol the deep third with authority. Supporters who watched him struggle in coverage last season will soon see a completely rejuvenated athlete operating with full confidence in his ideal role. If Connor locks down the back end, this defense can regain its elite status fast. If you believe Steve Spagnuolo can fix this defense before week 1, hit like and subscribe right now. But while the defense settles into its new configuration, Andy Reid dropped a major update on the starting lineup for the upcoming preseason game against the Rams. The decision on Patrick Mahomes is setting off alarm bells across the league. Andy Reid practically confirmed that superstar quarterback Patrick Mahomes will not see the field in the Chiefs' preseason opener on August 15th at Arrowhead. Speaking to reporters after a grueling padded practice in St. Joseph, Reid admitted the percentages heavily lean toward keeping Mahomes on the sideline. Reid explained that giving extended snaps to backup quarterbacks takes priority over risking the two-time MVP in early exhibition action, noting he isn't even sure if Mahomes will play in the second or third preseason games either. Compounding the offensive adjustments, Pro Bowl right guard Trey Smith was absent from Friday's session due to a hip issue. Reid clarified that Smith was sent to a specialist as a precautionary measure, which triggered an immediate reshuffle along the first-team offensive line. Rookie Khalil Benson slid inside to right guard after spending the week at right tackle, while veteran Jalen Moore stepped in at right tackle, joining left tackle Josh Simmons, left guard Kingsley Swamataya, and center Creed Humphrey. On the receiver front, 5th-round pick Cyrus Allen returned to padded practice after recovering from a shin bruise suffered in a collision with cornerback Kaiir Elam during special teams drills. However, speedster Xavier Worthy remained sidelined after landing awkwardly on his shoulder during a catch earlier in the week. Meanwhile, linebackers Drew Tranquill, who is dealing with back spasms, and Jeffrey Bassa, sidelined with a groin strain, were also held out of team drills along with defensive backs Christian Fulton and Algerius Sneed, plus defensive linemen Ashton Gillott and Omar Norman Lott. Is resting Mahomes the right play, or should he get at least one series of live reps? Sound off in the comments below. Protecting the face of the franchise is always the ultimate priority, especially when key offensive line pieces are working through health evaluations. Seeing a veteran like Trey Smith consult a specialist naturally raises concern, but testing rookie versatility early in camp builds crucial depth for late-season games. Having young players step up under intense practice pressure gives the coaching staff invaluable evaluation tape before final roster cuts. Meanwhile, getting Cyrus Allen back into full contact drills provides a major boost to a receiver group navigating Xavier Worthy's temporary absence. The training staff is taking a conservative approach with veterans like Tranquil to ensure maximum availability for the regular season marathon. These August adjustments might look nerve-wracking on paper, but they build the resilience needed for another deep postseason run. Furthermore, the opportunity for secondary backups and young offensive line combinations to gain live game reps during the preseason opener will prove invaluable for roster construction. Evaluating how rookie Khalil Benson anchors the interior pocket under game conditions offers the coaching staff a clear picture of their emergency depth chart should injuries strike during the regular season. Similarly, managing pass-catching depth while Worthy recovers allows quarterbacks to build chemistry with under-the-radar wideouts who are hungry to prove their value in high-pressure situations. Managing player health during the dog days of summer training camp is a delicate balancing act that championship coaching staffs master through discipline and foresight. Andy Reid's measured decisions reflect a long-term strategy designed to ensure peak physical condition when meaningful games arrive in September. If you trust Andy Reid's plan for August, smash that like button right now. Now stay tuned as we bring all of these camp storylines together for the final verdict on Kansas City's championship trajectory. Kansas City navigates a dramatic training camp defined by Eric Bieniemy's remote guidance, Shamari Connor's positional reset, and Andy Reid's cautious preseason approach with Patrick Mahomes. These decisions underscore a franchise focused on long-term health and championship execution. As the preseason opener against the Los Angeles Rams approaches, Kansas City looks to establish its depth while managing key injuries across the roster. With division rivals retooling, every single rep in St. Joseph carries immense weight for the upcoming campaign. Smash that like button if you trust Andy Reid's vision, comment your boldest stat prediction for the 2026 season below, and subscribe to stay ahead of every breaking Chiefs update. Will Trey Smith's hip consultation reveal a deeper issue for the offensive line? And how will the backup quarterbacks handle the workload against the Rams without Mahomes under center? Meanwhile, rumors are circulating that a key AFC West rival is preparing a massive trade for a pass rusher before Week 1. Stay tuned because that update drops next.